Rikemansbarnet, again, took the CPT last year for the region. First place in that. And in the World Warrior, we've seen that he's gotten second in the most recent one, and before that, he got second as well. He didn't enter the first one, so he so far in his 2 entries has gotten second place and second place to Phenom each time. So great results for him. Again, he does seem like one of the favorites of the weekend. However, he was sent down, of course, as you can see, in the winner's side. So
by Yonzai. Yeah.
By Yonzai, yeah, exactly. So he's still in a loser side matchup. He's still got a lot to do to get through.
And there was a lot that we've seen from his Menat play over the course of like a year, right? I think this is one of the shine Menat players. There was just so much control on his side. Fell a little bit short against the Yonzai matchup, but overall, his performance in regards to just watching the grand finals from Phenom and Rikemansbarnet, there was a lot to be said about that Menat, making that climb all the way back, and that was super impressive. And I feel like it's going to be something to expect in regards to it's got to be turning on the loser side now. It's got to be all right, this is do or die time. I can't afford to get eliminated by Ed. I was thinking about the character. I'm like, who is he going up against again? It's Ed, a character that you rarely get to see. Again, it's going to be really exciting. I love these kind of matchups, just seeing how players adapt to some of the characters that haven't really seen the light of day. And that's, I got to be honest, what other Eds have you really seen? What other Eds have you really seen?
I mean, I would think that these guys in this region get to play against the Eds that are in Western Europe and the UK. But I guess now that I think about it, I've heard that the connection between Nordic region and the UK in terms of internet is not that great. So maybe not. I don't know. But look, Ed is definitely showing up a lot more. And if you're going to be at the level that Rikemansbarnet is at, you got to be prepped for that. You got to know what the character is going to do, and I'm sure that he will. Just maybe a different question of, in the moment, even if you know what the matchup is like, doesn't mean that you're going to win, right? There's so many decisions to be made, many strategies to be made and tried. Him versus Hestkraft, who got sent down by Dr. Gulag a little earlier, made it through Bigfoot, made it through Fairy, been playing since Street Fighter 2 on the SNES days, since he was 8 years old in elementary school.
One of the things I do want to talk about also is what the matchup is like on paper. One of the biggest things I like about Ed is being able to have that V-skill to kind of navigate around fireballs. I think there's a big thing to be said in regards to what Menat's trying to do, throwing out a lot of the orbs. I feel like Ed can get around that pretty consistently with one of the V-skills, right? Not even just trying to go for a snatcher, but actually trying to go what is it, it's like the bob and weave motion.
Whatever the weave, I don't know what the
too.
name is, dude.
I like to call it the Dempsey roll, but I mean, it's half a Dempsey roll or maybe a quarter of it. But either way,
for me.
I think there's a lot to be said in regards to Ed being able to get past Menat and apply a lot of pressure, because Flicker can really, really add up. We've seen how much damage it can do over time. Even if it doesn't hit, does a lot of chip damage.
Yeah, definitely.
It builds a ton of meter, and over time, you're going to get suppressed because you're still within range of maybe a standing light kick, a crouching medium punch, which is plus. You could still take your turns back over and over again. And with Menat's normals, if you don't have that orb either, that could be a problem.
Yeah, we'll see how Rikemansbarnet handles it. We'll see how Hestkraft does. So far, the navigation was almost good, but Rikemansbarnet was there.
And optimal for V-skill 1. I think going for that range is pretty good too. You're on borrowed time.
Early V-trigger 1 as soon as he had it. It's still there.
Still the side switch. That was actually so great.
It was a great block, but still fine for Hestkraft who gets the corner out of it. Oh, speaking of the corner, just like that, he puts himself there. Hold on.
Got the snatch. Ooh, a little bit too far?
That time, Rikemansbarnet did react. Got triggered. Rikemansbarnet, yes.
And wouldn't you believe it, Ed also is about to have trigger himself, but unless
if he lives. Now, if he spends that trigger, he's in trouble.
That was a great block from Hestkraft.
He's going to try it.
Borrowed time.
He's going to try it.
He could have.
Even if he had blocked right there, if Hestkraft had blocked right there, that might have been in an unsafe spot for the drive. But Rikemansbarnet just knew exactly what to bring out at the right time and space.
That could have been Hestkraft's. You were absolutely right. I think at the angle that the drill came in at, I think Hestkraft would have been able to punish, force Menat back into the orb for big damage.
A punish on the attempted big damage by Hestkraft by Rikemansbarnet, who has the corner. He's got the pressure. The slowness of it is why that worked. Okay, let's go.
Push him out of the orb. Yeah, dash up 2 times over again.
I'm surprised to see that he quick rose there, to be honest. But it all worked out for Rikemansbarnet.
Oh, the jump in. You could react to it like a fireball because there's a big telegraph moment where he charges up. And that's going to be more than enough. Rikemansbarnet showing off the reactions in that round.
Hestkraft's really got to reconsider that. We saw the V-Skill 1 usage at the beginning, and that Rikemansbarnet did not react in the very first instance. But after that, Rikemansbarnet did react in 2 big moments, including to get the W on the game. So, got to change how you handle that.
That's one of the biggest things I want to see about like how certain people navigate past the big trigger orb. I think Rikemans has done a great job, but I also think it's up to Hestkraft to kind of understand that these moments are coming. Like this option of them jumping out needs to be heavily considered, especially with Menat's mobility. It needs to be considered.
Well, Hestkraft starts this being much slower about things. Hasn't pressed a button yet. We haven't seen the V-Skill. We haven't seen anything else. Finally, one whiff. Oh. Oof. The damage is going to be there. The knockdowns here. No meter on Hestkraft's dive. Oh, he's in trouble all of a sudden for stun.
Oh, finds a way to break out. You're on borrowed time. Try to contest it with a heavy punch. Is Rikemansbarnet. Oh, the V-shift break. You're still within range. You could have juggled that.
Absolutely. At a range, I think where Rikemansbarnet just did not expect the V-Skill to come.
Oh, Hestkraft is just running into normals now. A little bit impatient, just trying to close the gap. But I feel like that's not even the case. I don't think it's a big issue because Hestkraft's been able to do so without just walking into some of these normals, or without walking and blocking.
That gives him trigger. He's going to back off, of course. He'll try it out. But he's got to be cognizant. He forces the block. At least one grab out of it.
Oh, you're dead!
It hit. It hit.
Oh, yeah, you're deader than dead, actually. I'm very glad that Hestkraft didn't drop that because he also had the option of doing critical air. But yeah, obviously the smarter choice, using 2 bars instead of 3. Good save.
He tried that 2 times in that range. That was a little closer where he had done it before. Rikemansbarnet neither time reacted.
That was another time where Rikeman had just run into the charge V-Skill.
Yeah.
Just
didn't react in time in that closer situation.
And I wonder what it is like Rikeman's trying to react with, right? Is it movement? Is it
I think so, yeah.
Oh, chase! That clipped.
That's going to be significant damage.
Look at how much
pressure.
You get! And it's a side switch, David. Like, even if it's the blocks, you still get the side switch.
And stun.
This character's mad good.
I think so too. It's going to be grab range for the kill.
Oh, no counter confirmed, but still a different counter hit at that. Dashing up, getting the crouching short. We've seen this story before, literally in Rikemansbarnet's winner's run against Torpan, where Torpan was pretty much down, looking like
Yonzai.
What, match point. And it was, sorry, yeah, Yonzai, my mistake. Against Yonzai. And he brought it all the way back. Yeah. Is this going to be another one of those instances where, you know, Hestkraft could make it happen? I got to say, this Ed's looking a little bit better. A little bit better.
Sure, yeah. I thought there was a lot of much better stuff in that game compared to game number 1.
Offensively, yes.
Agreed.
Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Defensively, now he's considering the options, David. His eyes are open.
Uh-oh.
He's in the Matrix now.
Outside of that, as soon as he saw the whip, he was ready with the fireball.
Ooh.
Wow, what a range to bring that out! And he's going to get the switch on this? So good.
Look at the damage! Oh, you're a little overzealous on that one. Trying to get a throw bait or something a little funny.
I don't know what that was.
That was definitely catching a delayed normal. Anything delayed, really.
Okay. Here comes Rikemansbarnet.
Oh, again.
He baited it out. He's going to get super on this. Rikemansbarnet has a chance to kill.
Does he need to spend it? He does need to spend it, unfortunately. But it's, hey, a kill's a kill. We'll take that.
Yeah. No doubt about it. You put yourself in that point here. Until that moment, though, Hestkraft looked like he was still absolutely in it.
I feel like there was a different type of mentality going into it. I think he was a little bit too confident. A little overzealous in regards to what he wanted to do with the uppercut. The first one, at least. The second one was valid. I totally get that.
Sure.
Oh, what are you going to do about that? Yeah, the big counter.
Again, same idea. As soon as he sees the whip, he powers up the fireball. Rikemansbarnet catching on now, moving in for fierce range.
Oh, big whiff punch from the side of Rikemansbarnet. Oh,
that's punishable, yes. Oh, Rikemansbarnet on point. Making it not easy to get the trigger one going as well. Rikemansbarnet pressuring. Okay, so
time.
The time comes.
Man, again, not considering the movement as an option on defense. Does have the corner positioning though. No, puts himself. Okay, that was tricky. I thought it was going to be far enough. Punishable again. Hestkraft coming into this, so the risky stuff. And by that, I mean the roundhouses. Trying to get to normal against Rikeman.
Oh, here you go.
Ouch.
So fast. Go! Rikemansbarnet will indeed move on. He will stay in this thing. We'll see him tomorrow in top 8.
Not to take away anything from Hestkraft, though. I mean, he played phenomenally. No, for sure. I think a couple of times over, he did sacrifice a good amount of damage in terms of, letting him get punished with the roundhouse, and also the very ambitious uppercut that he went for to catch a delayed normal. Other than that, I think he was playing it so well. He was starting to really understand what it was that Rikemans wanted to do on defense, at least in game number 2, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, there was a lot of data downloading for him. Just wasn't enough. Got the download corrupted midway through somewhere.
Yeah, right there. I think the Rikemansbarnet was just trying to move. Looking at the round that Hestkraft ended up taking, dashing in when Rikemansbarnet didn't expect. And even at the beginning of this, for the third game, it seemed like Hestkraft was in a great position.
Yeah.
And suddenly everything was changed. I mean, few better game changers than Menat trigger one, and Rikemansbarnet's one of the best at using it. You saw how important it was right there. And then waiting for the jump, Rikemansbarnet again moves on. We'll see him tomorrow to play against Michael.